Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm with the 2023 Toyota Venza. The Venza, this generation of the Venza came out in 2021. Originally the Venza was made to compete with like the Subaru Outback and station wagon style SUVs like that. This current one is aiming more towards a crowd that maybe doesn't want that, and they would prefer something that is more about fuel efficiency and interior roominess than it is about, you know, the Subaru lifestyle. So this fits that perfectly. It's hybrid by default, so you get really good fuel economy because of that. This year they changed a few things. They added a new package that blacks everything out and tries to make it look cooler, I guess, but whatever. I mean, it's a family SUV. I don't know how cool you can make that look, but cool. Anyway, the 12.3-inch infotainment screen is now standard in all the models of this. So is the new Toyota's newest infotainment user interface. So those kind of changes happen on the inside. Otherwise, this is pretty much the same as it was in 2021. In a couple of years, it hasn't changed a whole lot. All-wheel drive is standard, so it comes across the board. That's because of the hybrid system. And yeah, this is a good vehicle for the people that want it. For people that want something more sporty or luxurious or off-road-ish, yeah, this isn't going to fit. But for the rest of us, this is great. It fits really well, drives really well on the highway. That's a good point. It does really well as far as the audience it's intended for. You can get 3 kids across the back with no issues. I have 3 teenagers, more or less, and you know, a 12, 13, and 14-year-old, and they fit just fine in that back row. Lots of leg room back there, which is surprising given the size of this. It's a really small midsize, so by EPA standards, technically it is a midsize vehicle, but it is smaller than almost all of them. Good sized cargo space in the back, I'll show you that in a minute, and a great seating arrangement up front. So it's a very comfortable car, very well done. It's just not sporty or fun or exciting. So yeah, here's our side profile for the car. You can see it's a nice design. I really like this design. I happen to like station wagon designs anyway, so I like this a lot. You can see down on the bottom, there's pretty good ground clearance, and then that black molding helps accentuate that, make it look like there's more than there is. That's kind of where the SUV part comes in. As I walk in, you'll see some perspective for size. So you can see it is smaller than most mid-size crossovers. It's about the same height as most of them. They're usually in this area right here, but it's not nearly as long. But because of that, you get extra efficiency, and it's just right sized for a very specific type of person. If you don't tend to go, you know, camping where you got to take 500 pounds of stuff with you to do that or whatever, if you don't have need of a huge cargo space and a bunch of towing, I should point out this is not rated for towing at all. So there is a specific market for this because of its size. Toyota has really kind of honed it down to a specific kind of buyer. If you want to drive this as an everyday and you don't haul a whole lot of stuff, you don't go, say, camping with a vehicle like this and try to fill the back with all of your gear because it won't fit. If you do those sorts of things, then this is not the vehicle for you. It has no tow rating, so you can't tow with it. So the market for this is the person who doesn't do those sorts of things, at least not with this vehicle. What it is really good for is short family trips, getting around town and doing your regular everyday stuff, and for hauling your kids places. Say your kid plays the tuba, you can fit that back there and get them to their practice, that sort of stuff. So it is made more for a family to use as a daily than it is for those extreme situations. So basically, I know it doesn't sound nice, but the Toyota Venza really kind of epitomizes the mundane. Let's go look at the cargo space. So you can see it's really a mix of SUV and station wagon. You have this raked going, raked rear end going right here with the window, and this large spoiler that kind of emphasizes the station wagon part. And then around here with these big bulbous things poking out in this large fender back here, that creates the SUV part. When you open it up, if I reach to the right spot, the cargo space is actually fairly large. So pretty good sized space. There is a cargo cover you can get. This doesn't have it. Rubber floor on this is a package upgrade. I believe it's the winter package or something like that, but these are well worth having. This, the floor mats and everything else that match it are really cool. Cargo space is good. You have a 60-40 split back here, so you can drop just this side or both or just that side. Nice setup in the back here, and like I said, bigger than you would expect. We were able to get a big box store buy for a family of 5 in here, so you get a lot of stuff in here. I think I mentioned already, but this does not have a tow rating. There is no tow package option for this, so if you need some sort of towing or you want that cargo add-on, you're going to have to do it aftermarket, and I would not recommend going very heavy. So adding a small trailer hitch, you know, like the 1.5-inch ones or something, for a cargo extension like a tray or a bike holder or something, perfectly doable on a car like this, but do not expect to tow a trailer, and I would not recommend it. Let's go look at the inside a little bit, and then I think we're done. Here's a quick look at the back seat. I'm 6'3". I have basically no headroom. I'm rubbing the top because of this panoramic sunroof. Now, the sunroof is really cool because it has like a dimming feature and a bunch of other stuff, but as far as headroom goes, it's impeding me. Somebody who's 6 feet would be fine in here, but for me, I'm at least an inch too tall for this. I'm having to bend forward. This front seat is set for me, and then it's also moved back a little bit to help get in and out. So it would move forward about an inch, which means I would have some leg room. I have plenty of underneath room to put my feet. So the fact that my thighs are not down on the seat isn't a big deal because I can stretch my legs and make that happen. Storage pockets back here, vents back here. This particular package has some faux wood kind of inlay stuff and a lot of other niceties that are in here. So comfortable, just not made for a big person like me. Up front though, whole different story. So up front, again, this is scooted back a little further than I would normally have it because it moves back 1.5 inches or so make it easier to get in and out of the front here. But this is a very comfortable vehicle. So I know I said that it was mundane, and it is because it's aimed for an audience that doesn't need a bunch of extreme. They just need a normal vehicle. That's what this does. It gives you easy controls, huge screen with nice options on it, but buttons to augment that. So you have your climate control and that kind of stuff is all down here. You don't have to fiddle up here. My only downer that I find with this is that there is no volume knob. I like knobs, but there's buttons up here plus a mute button, and then there's buttons on the steering wheel to also do that. So you can work around it and you do get used to it. So it's not a terrible downer. I just have a preference for being able to go crank it, and you can't do that in this. Going crank it doesn't have the same impact. But anyway, very comfortable car, drives really smoothly, which is a big bonus. This is on the verge of being a luxury car, so it has the feel, the drive quality of a very comfortable luxury car, but without the luxury trappings or the luxury price tag. So there you go, 2023 Toyota Venza. It is the perfect example of a mundane car that's done really well. Like I said just a couple seconds ago, it is almost a luxury car without being one and without having that price tag associated with that. It's very well done. Fuel economy is good. I'll throw some numbers on the screen. I'll give you the fuel economy plus what I got out of it, plus the horsepower and all that stuff, because some people want to know that stuff. I don't know why you're watching my videos if that's what you want to know. I always seem to mess them up. But anyway, A very, very well done vehicle. It is a perfect study in mundanity done right. That's probably going to be the title of this. Mundanity done right. There you go. 2003 Toyota Venza. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.
Subscribe.